Tyler, as you know, if you say the sky is blue, there's going to be always some people out there that say the sky is red. You can't get 100% agreement.
Sure.
How do you answer some of the critics out there that are either envious of your success or whatever, that say, why doesn't Tyler go for a scientific experiment or study? You've impacted so many lives, and as Anthony was saying, 3.2 million people on E and others. If you aggregated it over time, it's incredible. How do you respond to some of these critics? Because some of the stuff I read online, your answers were very good. Maybe you could tell the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. I think anyone in the public eye is going to get criticism. And going into this process as a public medium, I knew that my goal was to really redefine what people thought of when they thought of mediums. So this wasn't something in the back alley with a crystal ball. And I knew that I would get scrutiny, especially in reading celebrities. But I found that by these individuals' own testaments, details come through that they acknowledge are not researchable, are not Googleable, information that they've never mentioned in interviews, family details that sometimes the client in front of me doesn't even know until they ask their great uncle or their grandmother. And that for me is the validation that hits home. Whether I'm reading someone in a small town in the middle of nowhere or a client on the show, I have to be able to get information that's going to come directly from that loved one and validate that to that person, or else I don't feel like I'm doing my job properly. So that's what I aim for, and I think that to fully understand this experience, you kind of have to have it for yourself to some extent. But I think that we don't necessarily have to understand something in order to benefit from it. So that's the mentality I try to maintain. And I'm only 20 years old, so I have a long time to go with this career, and I think that absolutely someday it would be fascinating to kind of see the extent of this ability as I continue to refine it and maybe even put it in a scientific context.